practice, y'all need the practice. Driving like a Franklin, shooting like a Franklin. Y'all need the practice, y'all need the practice. Walking like a Franklin, smoking like a Franklin. Franklin, 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 still. Franklin, 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 still. Except for Miss Ride.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'll be reacting to Rainbow Dash versus Whirlwind. Whirlwind, alright. So I'm not gonna react to Harley Quinn versus Jinx because that's already long enough video already, and I seriously do not feel like doing it. Especially so stress myself to actually get that video out, so I'm just gonna leave that video alone and watch it at my own time. So yeah, so Rainbow Dash versus Whirlwind. I don't know who though. Whirlwind is. So I'm just siding with Rainbow Dash because of the logic I know, the stuff, I don't know stuff. Well, without further ado, guys, let's get with this video right now.
Welcome to Show-Off Showdown! In this series, the fighters are called show-offs, and this is the series for the Show-Off Showdown! Now let's meet the show-offs for tonight's showdown, shall we? Now tonight, get ready to quit hopping and start clopping, cause tonight's battle is going out with a rainbow! Yeah, I know those bad, sorry. Let's just cut to the chase. It's Rainbow Dash versus Whirlwind.
Sonic Rainbow.
That's all I can say. I put links to the analysis on both characters in the description below.
Very cringy animation time.
It's time for the Show-Off 2 Showdown!
Get ready for the next battle. Fight!
No, please don't let me throw that one in there. Them shorts. Hey, Raven. Hi, Raven. The stairways to heaven. Damn. Bitch, please. Oh wait, is she? Oh my god. And I see my reaction. Is she okay? Oh, she got ripped a little piss. Bye-bye.
Men, aim your battle stations! We've got an army of butthurt bronies to defend against!
Okay.
Alright, one sec. Where's my... Wrong one. Ready?
In all seriousness, let's discuss how and why Whirlwind wins this showdown.
This ain't serious. The parties are coming.
Was more skilled and experienced. Now it's pretty obvious that Whirlwind has more experience, so instead of bending your ear with the same old information, I'm just gonna move on to the skill category. Now, as some of us may or may not know, Rainbow is a black belt in karate, so she definitely has some pretty good fighting skill. But on the other hand, like every other skater, Whirlwind has learned and trained at Skylanders Academy, which does in fact teach multiple fighting styles strategies and techniques, so it's very likely that Whirlwind has gained a great amount of fighting skill as well. Now in terms of fighting experience and the variety of foes and opponents that both characters have faced, while Rainbow Dash has faced quite a few different opponents in the past, Whirlwind on the other hand has faced a much larger variety of different foes and opponents than Rainbow Dash has. Now let's discuss strength. Now, Rainbow Dash is pretty strong in her own right. For example, she once punched out a changeling in one swing, which can survive slamming into the ground at high speeds without sustaining any visible damage. Not only that, but she once managed to beat Applejack in hoof wrestling. Now, if you're wondering exactly how strong Applejack is, it has been estimated by R.L. Yoshi that when Applejack uses her apple bucky technique, she kicks trees with roughly about 2.5 tons of force. But then again, lifting, striking, and bench pressing are not exactly the same thing, so forget what I said. Anyway, Rainbow Dash's strength can actually be pretty inconsistent. There are times when Rainbow Dash can lift and carry huge boulders with no problem, and there are times when she can't even move a small boulder off her wing. Now another impressive performance of physical strength would be the time Rainbow Dash completely destroyed an entire barn with just her raw strength and force alone. Although Applejack did state that it was an old barn and it needed to be torn down in order for her to build a new one. I think most of us know that a wooden structure gradually becomes weaker as it gets older. Now even if we assume that this barn was still strong and stable, no pun intended, an average barn is actually very hollow and not as strong or well supported as an average house. Now the nicest thing we can do for Rainbow Dash is highball this feat by saying it was building level, which is really highballing it. Now even if we do highball this feat, I highly doubt it would be able to compete with Whirlwind's level of strength. Because believe it or not, according to these official stat cards, Whirlwind is literally more than twice as strong as Spyro the Dragon. Now, in my Knuckles vs. Terrafin episode, I did a little calculation to find out Terrafin's minimum strength by scaling him to Spyro. And because Whirlwind's stats are very similar, this estimation should very well apply to her as well. So even if we do highball Rainbow Dash's strength up to building level, Whirlwind would still have a clear edge in physical strength. Now let's discuss durability. Now just like her strength, Rainbow Dash's durability can be pretty inconsistent as well. There are times when she can shake off a ton of blocks falling on her with no problem, but there are also times when a crash landing wipeout from a normal flight routine can fracture her wings and put her in the hospital for a few days. So it's hard to determine.
This is why we don't watch My Little Ponies.
Now I don't remember when, but I once read a bio that said Rainbow Dash had small island level durability. Now I'm not sure if that's true or not, but if she does have small island level durability, would that be able to compete with Whirlwind? Well, believe it or not, one of Whirlwind's greatest shown feats of durability would be the time Whirlwind survived a direct blast from Malefor, who is considered to be a large planet buster at the very least. Although it is likely that Malefor wasn't using his full power when he blasted Whirlwind, so it's likely that Whirlwind wasn't taking a planet-busting attack. However, we do know that Malefor was using at least a small fraction of his power, so I think we can safely lowball this and assume that Whirlwind has actually survived a moon-busting attack, which seems like a pretty fair lowball considering that the moon weighs about 80 times less than the Earth. Now, even with that lowball, Whirlwind still clearly has a massive edge in durability over Rainbow Dash. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but this means Whirlwind can pretty much tank anything Rainbow Dash has to throw at her. Now, before we jump to conclusion, let's make sure of this by analyzing their powers and abilities. Now, being a Pegasus pony, Rainbow Dash has the ability to manipulate and control weather in multiple ways, such as creating rain and thunderclouds, and summoning tornadoes. Now, Whirlwind is actually a hybrid of unicorn and dragon, and she can do pretty much the exact same things Rainbow Dash can. Not only that, but Whirlwind can actually link two clouds together through an electrical current, forming electrical tripwires or barriers between two clouds or more. She can also raise her team's XP, drain her enemy's health, enchant certain objects with her power, such as the Illuminator, and of course, shoot rainbow beams and release powerful rainbow shockwaves. In fact, not only can Whirlwind's rainbow beams harm her enemies, but also heal her allies. And who's to say she can't use them on herself as well? Not to mention, Whirlwind can also shoot lightning out of
that's a drain punch.
Skylander's Battlecast, which I think is worth noting. So basically, in terms of weather-related powers, Whirlwind can do almost everything Rainbow Dash can do, and more. So, I think most of us can agree that Rainbow Dash pretty much has no way to physically kill Whirlwind, nor survive all of her deadliest attacks so easily, which is going to make things quite challenging for her. However, the real challenge for Whirlwind would be catching Rainbow Dash, because Rainbow Dash is much faster than Whirlwind, no question. Now, Whirlwind is fast in her own right. In fact, a unicorn has been estimated to fly at speed of about 567 miles per hour. And because Whirlwind is also part dragon, she is likely faster than an ordinary unicorn. However, that doesn't change the fact that Rainbow Dash is still much faster, as she usually flies at speeds of about Mach 5, and her Sonic Rainboom can boost her speed all the way up to about Mach 10. And that's just travel speed. Now in terms of reaction speed, Rainbow Dash has been seen dodging lightning in the past, although that can be seen as inconsistent as well, as there are times where Rainbow Dash has avoided lightning, and there are times where Rainbow just barely avoided it, and there are times when she fails to avoid it. So because of this, there is no guarantee that Rainbow Dash will avoid all of Whirlwind's lightning strikes, but at the same time, there is no guarantee that Whirlwind will be able to strike Rainbow Dash down so easily. So if you think about it, the outcome of this battle is not exactly if Whirlwind will beat Rainbow Dash, but more of when she will beat her. In fact, there are 4 different possible scenarios where Whirlwind would win in the end. Scenario 1. Like I said before, there is no guarantee that Whirlwind would strike Rainbow Dash with her lightning easily, and there is no guarantee that Rainbow Dash will be able to dodge all of Whirlwind's strikes either. However, there is a possibility that Whirlwind might be able to catch Rainbow Dash by surprise. Now, I think we can safely say that lightning won't kill Rainbow Dash, but she has shown to feel pain from it, and it does briefly stun her. In fact, if Whirlwind does manage to catch Rainbow by surprise, the lightning would stun her just long enough for Whirlwind to land attacks on her, such as her powerful rainbow beams or devastating rainbow shockwaves. Or maybe perhaps impale her with her horn if you want to think a little more dark. On second thought, just forget I said that. Anyway, scenario 2. Not only can Rainbow Dash be very competitive, but she can also be seen as very cocky and arrogant and tends to underestimate her opponents, which is really not a good idea when facing a Skylander like Whirlwind, especially since Rainbow is facing a much wiser opponent than herself. Now, Rainbow Dash and Whirlwind are both known to have a bit of a short temper from time to time, but that doesn't change the fact that Whirlwind is a much wiser and more pure-hearted opponent than Rainbow Dash. Anyway, it is possible that Rainbow Dash...
What are you talking about? Rainbow Dash is so pure-hearted.
Her opponent,
but yeah, I've not seen the
downfall. Not to mention the fact that Rainbow Dash can crack under pressure doesn't really help her either. Anyway, scenario 3. Even if those 2 first methods fail, Whirlwind would still most likely win in the long run. You see, as energetic as Rainbow Dash is, she can't keep dodging and darting around Whirlwind forever and will eventually get tired of it, both figuratively and literally. You see, Rainbow Dash does not have unlimited stamina, and her body does have limits to how much energy and stamina it can use all at once on a regular basis. In fact, there are multiple times where the ponies have shown signs of being exhausted, sleep-deprived, or depleted of stamina, and Rainbow Dash is no different. While on the other hand, Skylanders like Whirlwind are capable of continuously fighting for days on end without tiring out. So I think it's safe to say that Whirlwind does have the stamina and determination to hang in there until Rainbow finally drops. Now I know this may sound like kind of a cheap shot, but this factor actually will hold weight in the long run. Now finally, scenario 4. It seems I have forgot to mention Whirlwind's strongest, most powerful, and most destructive attack, also known as Rainbow Singularity, where Whirlwind charges up her rainbow to the max, and then releases a small black orb that eventually explodes and turns into a rainbow black hole.
What? What the fuck?
That's right, you heard me. Although it's not exactly a legitimate black hole, as a real black hole basically consumes...
Damn, either way, that's just destructive.
So while Whirlwind's Rainbow Singularity
symphonic black hole
as a real black hole, but it does create a powerful gravitational field that sucks in enemies and eventually explodes, obliterating all who reach the center. And who's to say that it won't do
that? Sounds like a mixture of a black hole and just sheer power.
Escape a vacuum before and utterly failed. Now, even if Rainbow Dash tries to withstand and escape Whirlwind's black hole, it might actually leave her vulnerable to being stunned by Whirlwind's lightning, which would cause Rainbow to get sucked in instantly and eventually obliterated once the black hole explodes. I think I've said enough. Oh, and one more thing. For those of you who are wondering about Rainbow Dash's element of loyalty or element of harmony form, well, regardless if it would affect the outcome or not, those powers require outside help from her friends, the main 6, which essentially makes it useless in a one-on-one fight, especially especially with no prep time. So overall, Rainbow Dash and Whirlwind may have very similar powers and abilities, but Whirlwind has a clear advantage in fighting experience, strength, durability, stamina, and raw power. And while Rainbow Dash may have a good speed advantage, sadly, she'd only be delaying the inevitable. So in the end, Rainbow Dash ended up on the wrong end
and
of
I
the
swear,
rainbow,
if later
and there's
on,
no point in beating a
if later
dead
on in the
horse.
My Little Pony series, she got like temporary time.
Okay, now before
temporary
I offer this next idea to you guys, keep in mind you're probably
temporary
gonna think I'm crazy
time.
for saying this. Heck, I think
can
I'm crazy
speak
just
with
for
the thing
thinking
on.
about it. Anyway, if you want to see a full-on team battle between the Skylanders
Nope.
versus My Little Pony,
fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
where a group of specifically chosen Skylanders will face off against a group of specifically chosen ponies and other MLP characters.
He's a madman.
Both teams will have prep time in other circumstances.
Madman.
Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see what happens in the future. Oh, and by the way, I want to give a very special thanks and shout out to Speedster X123 for helping me with the research on Rainbow Dash for this battle. I owe him great thanks for all the help. Plus, he's got his own versus series, which I believe is worth your view. So do yourself a favor and go check out his channel and subscribe.
No, I will not.
Got any ideas
Maybe I
for
will,
show
but
off?
still.
Then let me know in the
I
comments
will.
below. And hopefully, I just might do that.
Freaking madman.
Stay tuned for the next episode of
Someone freaking call the cops. He's too crazy. Alright, that's it. No more My Little Ponies. No more Skylanders. That's it. We did not talk about that one. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. If you like this video, please Sonic Rainbow that like button, phone, computer, tablet, wherever you watch this video, Sonic Rainbow that like button. Stab that like button with your dragon unicorn horn thing. Stab it and subscribe to my channel to see more content. Comment down below what do you want me to react to. No suppose, guys, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I know, don't be able to say that, but still. And also Discord be down in the description below. And also, yeah, that's all I got to say. And without further ado, guys, good night, everybody. Peace. Outies.